ever wondered why your blood pressure stays high even when you're taking your medication every day? You may be doing everything you think you're supposed to do and still missing one everyday habit that's quietly pushing those numbers up. The surprising part? Most people don't even realize it's affecting their blood pressure, and once you understand it, you may look at your daily routine very differently. You've been trying to control your blood pressure. You're taking your medication. You're trying to eat better. Maybe you've even started cutting back on salt, but then you put that cuff around your arm, the machine starts squeezing, and you wait for the number. And there it is again, higher than you wanted. You might even think, what am I doing wrong? Before you blame yourself, there's something surprisingly simple you should check. Are you measuring your blood pressure correctly? Because the number on that screen can be affected by what you were doing just minutes before. If you've just exercised, had caffeine, smoked, rushed around, talked during the measurement, or simply haven't rested beforehand, your reading may not represent your true resting blood pressure. That's why proper technique matters. Sit quietly for about 5 minutes. Keep your back supported and your feet flat on the floor. Rest your arm at heart level. Use the right-sized cuff, and don't talk while the measurement is being taken. And don't let one unexpected reading convince you that you failed. Blood pressure naturally changes throughout the day, which is why repeated readings taken under consistent conditions can tell you much more than one number. But here's the question. What if you're measuring it correctly and those numbers are still staying high? Then we need to look beyond the blood pressure monitor, because there may be something you're eating every single day that you thought you'd already dealt with. And it starts with the salt shaker, but it doesn't end there. Probably thought you had already dealt with the salt problem. You stopped reaching for the salt shaker. Maybe you even started eating your food completely bland. So why can your blood pressure still be difficult to control? Because the salt you add yourself may not be the biggest source of sodium in your diet. A lot of sodium is already hiding in the foods you buy or order. Things like deli meats, breads, canned soups, sauces, packaged meals, pizza, and restaurant food. And that's what makes it so easy to miss. You can look at a meal and think, this doesn't even taste that salty. But your taste buds don't come with a sodium calculator. A sandwich, wrap, soup, or ready-made meal can contain much more sodium than you might expect. So instead of asking only, did I add salt? Start asking, how much sodium was already in this food? Check the nutrition label. Compare similar products. Choose less processed options when possible, and be especially mindful of restaurant and packaged foods. But don't make the mistake of thinking you have to completely eliminate sodium. Your body needs sodium. The goal is to avoid excessive intake and follow the dietary advice that's appropriate for you. And there's one more piece to this puzzle, because managing blood pressure isn't just about what you take away from your diet. It's also about what you put back in. And that brings us to a nutrient many people don't get enough of: potassium. Potassium helps your body maintain fluid balance and supports normal blood vessel and muscle function. Foods such as beans, leafy greens, potatoes, yogurt, bananas, and other fruits and vegetables can provide potassium as part of a healthy diet. But here's the important part. Don't turn this into a race to consume more potassium. If you have kidney disease or take certain medications that affect potassium levels, increasing potassium substantially may not be safe. Talk with your healthcare professional before making major changes or using potassium supplements. So let's bring everything together. If you've been frustrated by your blood pressure numbers, don't think you have to completely change your life overnight. Start with the things you can control. Measure your blood pressure correctly. Look beyond the salt shaker and pay attention to sodium in packaged and restaurant foods. Choose more whole, potassium-rich foods when they're appropriate for you. And keep moving. Prioritize good sleep, manage stress, and take prescribed medication exactly as directed. Most importantly, don't judge your health by one reading. Look for patterns. Keep track of your numbers. And if they're repeatedly high, talk with your healthcare professional rather than trying to fix the problem on your own. Because there may not be one magical this that suddenly fixes high blood pressure. The real power comes from understanding the small things your body responds to and consistently improving the ones you can control. So don't try to change everything tomorrow. Pick one thing you can change today. and make that your first step toward healthier numbers. If you found this video helpful, comment below and tell us which change you're going to start with. For more simple, practical health information, like this video and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.